Honestly, I get anxiety just like thinking about telling this story again because I just get so angry. And I'm gonna try to like keep my composure, be a professional, but this really, really upset me. If you know me, if you know my brand, I do not edit my photos. I do not put crazy filters on. I honestly haven't put a filter over my face on my Instagram story in over a year. That's just not my brand, that's not me, and that's definitely not what I want SPARC to stand for.
So what happened with the photos that we shot a few weeks ago?
So when I got the images back, I was so proud of the way that I looked. Honestly, I thought the raw photos were beautiful, and I was so proud of myself because I've come such a long way this past year, working so hard to regulate my hormones, feel like myself in my body and in my skin again. And there was a point in time where I couldn't even go to the gym because I felt like the mirrors in the gym were attacking me. I felt like the mirrors were closing in on me. I could not escape my reflection, and I hated what I saw in the mirror. And I worked so hard to claw my way out of that hole, and I saw the raw photos, and I was like, wow, you look strong, you look powerful. I was obsessed with these raw photos. And then when I got the edits back, I felt like all of that had been kind of overshadowed with a bunch of extra like airbrush and a bunch of editing that I felt like my photos didn't need. Any resemblance of a natural skin tone or natural skin texture was gone. That is not what I wanted for these photos, especially the photos that somebody would be opening up and seeing every single day on their SPARC app. That is not the tone that I wanted to set for this app and for this community. You know, you never know a photographer's editing style the first time you're working with them. I wanted to give him technical feedback so he would be able to give me, you know, the images that I wanted in the way that I wanted them. So I was in LA actually. I was on set with Honor Active. I know that Honor doesn't edit their photos. And I know that anytime I've been on a photo shoot set with Honor, I've always felt strong, powerful, and loved the pictures that I got back. So I gave the raw images to the photographer that was on set. He put the two photos over each other to be able to click back and forth between the photos to show me the difference in the skin tone. He goes, well, not only did he over airbrush you and mess up your skin tone, like it looks like he also took off about 2 inches of your lats and shrunk your upper body. And in that moment, I wish you could have felt the way my stomach dropped. For somebody who's struggled her entire life to accept her broad shoulders and to accept her upper body, I remember being 7 years old telling my mom that I have man arms. Like, this is something that I've struggled with my entire life, accepting my upper body, and to be so proud of a photo of me and to think I look so great and be so excited about that, only to find out that that's psych, like that's not actually you. These photos have been edited. 2 inches of your lats have been chopped off. Your armpits have been shrunken in. That's not actually you. Like, just imagine on the biggest project of your life, imagine how that feels. I was enraged and I was embarrassed. All the other girls are kind of like crowding around me like, oh my God, no way. They're seeing me realize what had happened in real time, and they're seeing my stomach drop. They're seeing the tears well up in my eyes, realizing what had happened. And I just felt like I wanted to run and hide and crawl in a hole. I just felt like that little insecure 7-year-old all over again. So I pulled myself together and I was like, look, like you're on set right now, like you've got to be a professional. You have a job to do right now. This can wait. Compartmentalized, push that down.
So how did you confront him?
I had to wait a couple days because there was so much emotion built up. As you can tell, this is something that is very emotional for me. It's something I don't tolerate, something I don't stand for. And if I'm being honest, like I was genuinely hurt. Like I put my trust in this person to help me bring my vision to life. And not only did you not bring my vision to life, you altered my vision without my consent. I emailed him saying that I was extremely disappointed to find that my body had been edited. I told him that the overly edited skin tone and airbrushing did not at all reflect the SPARC brand or the SPARC community and what I want to portray. I walked away from the partnership. I said, give me the raw photos. I will get somebody else that I trust to edit them. This is no longer in your hands because the trust has been broken. Not in a million years did I expect him to come back to me and tell me essentially that it was my fault that this all happened. He told me that he did not make a mistake. He told me that he didn't edit anything that couldn't have been achieved naturally. So for example, like if I had twisted my body and sucked in my core a little bit more, I would have been able to achieve X, Y, Z. However, that's not what my body looked like in that moment. Don't change my body, period. The main reason he said that it was not his fault is because normally his clients would hire a stylist and have the stylist on set and be able to catch when a sports bra is falling down and like pick up that area and cover up my armpits. It was my fault that he had to edit my body because I didn't hire a stylist on set. Mind you, I've been on a million sets before and I've never had a stylist. That just felt like the ultimate gaslight. I'm sweating right now just even thinking about it. I was enraged. There was a lot of back and forth about finishing the job and payment for finishing the job and things like that. And I'm not someone who is not going to follow through on a contract or withhold payment or something like that. Even in this instance where I believe what was done is enough to breach contract, in my opinion. However, we don't have time to deal with any legal battles or anything like that. So essentially, I had a phone call with him, explained how not only how disappointed I was that this happened, but also just the fact that like you hurt me, like human to human, like you hurt me to think those images were me. And to realize, have the rug pulled from under me and realize that in fact is not me. I told him, I said, listen, I don't know if this is standard practice for you. However, I do not advise you do this to any other clients. If you are going to modify a client's body, you should have written consent. And while he maintained that, he did not do anything wrong, he did end up apologizing for the way that I felt. Which is, how much of an apology is someone saying, I'm sorry that you're sad, not I'm sorry for what I did. And I am proud of those photos still. I'm not gonna let him take that pride away from me. It's a lesson that I'm glad that I learned early on, and I'm glad that I learned now. I had just I don't even know how to explain it. I just had a little feeling that, something was gonna happen with those photos, and just like that relationship never felt quite 100% to me. And now I'm realizing that that was my gut screaming at me the whole time. I'm grateful for it now because it reminded me of every single reason why I started SPARC. And it forced me to appreciate my natural raw form all over again. It forced me to look in the mirror, see something that I thought was me, and then be shown what was actually me, and still genuinely love what I saw. The genuine raw photos of me. It forced me to be proud of myself again. And it reminded me of the work that I've put in to pull myself out of that dark space a year ago where I was struggling with my health, 30 pounds heavier. It reminded me of how strong I was getting up every single day, day after day, when I didn't feel like I saw any change. And it reminded me of how hard I've fought to love this body and love this skin that I'm in. And it reminded me of how important it is to take up space and to be so proud of the skin that you are in, no matter what it looks like. It reminded me that I don't need to be the smallest version of myself to be beautiful, to be loved, to be appreciated, to be acceptable, to promote this app. It reminded me of my why, and it reminded me of the feeling that I want to help every single woman around this globe feel when they look in the mirror. I want every single SPARC athlete, SPARC woman to be able to look in the mirror regardless of what she looks like in the moment and be proud of the effort and the energy that she's putting into making herself the best possible version of herself. Because that's what I'm doing every single day. And I'm never gonna let some photographer take that away from me. Because of this whole experience, I feel like those photos just are like tainted now. I decided that I'm gonna get new photos taken. SPARC was born in a honestly dark space. The past 12 to 16 months, I'd say, have been the most difficult months of my life. I think the last couple years where I've been struggling with my health, really struggling with my creativity, struggling with my body, feeling like I was a stranger inside my own skin, truly feeling like I have not only lost my spark, but my purpose, my voice. I mean, I know, like, I went through a period of my life where I didn't want to get out of bed for 2 weeks and wholeheartedly considered giving all of this up, giving everything up, giving up completely. In my opinion, I've always been such a vivacious, energetic, powerful presence of a person. And I've always considered that to be my spark. To go through a period where, I feel like I've completely lost that, and knowing the headspace that that put me in, I've realized how grateful I am for that spark and how important that spark is and the momentum that that spark can create in your life. And I feel like I'm living out now the journey of rediscovering my spark, relighting that fire. And my life today is a complete 180 from my life just a year ago. So I know how important that spark is, and I know I'm not alone in feeling like I've lost that spark. Or, you know, some women may have never felt like they had that spark at all. But I want women to know that that spark is possible. It is a tangible thing that every single one of us can get if we're willing to keep showing up and if we're willing to put the work in. So to me, spark isn't just a noun. Spark is a verb. It's an action. It is a reclamation of your strength, rediscovering that strength within, not just the physical strength. The physical strength can help. The physical strength is where you start the momentum. It is the thing that kind of knocks over the first domino, but the strength that you gain in the gym transcends the gym. It is something that spills over into every single other area of your life. It's the action of walking in your purpose. It is the action of holding yourself accountable to making those changes in your life that you know you need to make, but you keep putting off. It is the action of getting up every single day, facing life's challenges and remaining resilient. It is the action of surrounding yourself with a community of like-minded, aligned individuals that are there to support you and lift you up on the days that you're gonna need it. Because let me tell you, this journey has not been a straight line. It is very much up and down. Progress is never gonna be a straight line. There are gonna be days when you still feel like quitting. There are gonna be days that you do not wanna show up, and that's where your community comes in to lift you up and remind you of that purpose. So when you have strength, purpose, accountability, resilience, and community, I just believe like you are unstoppable and there is nothing you can't accomplish. If Spark can be that safe space, that light, that momentum behind someone's journey, that forward push, that thing that pulls them out of bed, then I've done my job, and that is exactly what I want this community to be about. Oh, am I done talking? I came to like scout this location, and I met with Gina, and she was like, do you remember in 2017 you came to, I think it was like a Nike Chicago training event. You literally came up to me and were like, I'm gonna do that one day, tell me how you got there. Like, how are you doing this? Like, tell me. And I was like, I said that? I was like, that's very like aggressive of me, but I love that I had that in me in 2017. She's like, no, like, that is the impression I've had of you from day one. It's you like going after it and like walking in, saying what you want, and like seeing a bigger vision for yourself from day one. There's so many decisions, and then just getting that little nudge from God and the universe just telling me like, nah, like you're walking on the path that I set you on is just like, it's invaluable. And I just have chills even thinking about it, because this is like such in divine order. And it's been that way this entire project.
So it just tells you to keep going.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm fired up.
Good.
I'm fired up.
Well, let's work out.
Let's get this going. When I'm programming, I'm really putting myself in the shoes of the athlete. A woman that's walking in the gym for the first time, like she's not gonna have that confidence from the jump to just like walk. I mean, maybe she does, and love that for her. However, I know that I am a seasoned vet in the gym and I still get gym anxiety when I walk into a new space. Obviously, I'm making sure that they're getting a well-rounded, scientifically backed approach to their training. But I'm also trying to make sure that someone with gym anxiety can come into the gym and flow through their workout with as little resistance as possible. If I'm like programming a circuit or something like that, it's a circuit that they can grab their set of dumbbells or grab a box and a dumbbell, go to a corner and put their head down and get their work done. Anybody can start with this strength program and feel confident in where they're starting their journey. Let's test this workout. This is my favorite part. This is the part that matters. This is what the athletes are gonna be doing. Let's get to work. Day 1, month 1 of SPARC Gym. Set 1 done. The SPARC community member is 100% somebody that I could see myself being friends with immediately, but I feel like I really know the SPARC community member because I am her. She is an athlete, whether she knows it or not, and she is committed to getting 1% better every single day. She is someone who is going to the gym to train with intention. She is training with purpose. And she's somebody who believes that fitness and training should elevate their life, not consume it. She is real, she is honest, she's a hard worker, she's not afraid of a challenge, she sees opportunities where most people see obstacles. She believes in herself, and I'm not saying that she's perfect and positive all the time because she's absolutely not. She knows she's not perfect, and perfect honestly isn't her goal. She is somebody that has the courage to take up space and show up for herself. She's super inspiring and somebody that I would absolutely be honored to have in my circle. Whew. That's how you end a workout. Wow. Ow, the burn. Whew. Just got done. Low-key wrecked, but in the best way. There's definitely some things I'm gonna go back and tweak just based on how I was feeling throughout the workout. Some things that I would change, move around. But I think that's the beauty of like actually testing the programming that you are putting out there, because I think so many coaches just put out like cookie cutter BS exercises and then just expect the athlete to figure it out from there. But that's just not the approach that I have at all. Everything I come up with, I test myself. It's gonna be challenging, it's gonna be tough. I'm not changing things to make them any easier. I'm just changing things to, okay, well, I think we went a little bit heavy on the push movements in this lower body. I think we need another pull movement here. We went a little heavy on the knee-centric movements. I want another hip-centric movement here instead. Overall, very happy with that workout, and yeah, it's a good starting place, so I'm excited. I hope they love it. I really hope they love it. I think they will, though. Hello?
Hey, baby.
Hi.
What's going on?
I'm just really disappointed in myself.
Why are you disappointed in yourself?
I feel like I should have known better. Like, the reason that they couldn't show me exactly what I wanted to see before signing up was clearly because they couldn't do it the way that I want, or nobody had before. So they didn't have any examples to show me, but they assured me that they could customize the platform to build it out the way that I wanted it. And like right now it is unusable. It's an app that I would not put my name on. Like I cannot launch this app.